Welcome to AFAX number one stop to entertainment and trending news. Now, a few days ago, Jony Hairdresser had a collaboration with his good friend Dennis Karuri, and in that video, which we also discussed here, he had put out that he was dating Obinna. That was his love, and they had bought a house together, which 80% had been financed with Obinna. The money was from Kiss. Like, he did put specific details out there. Well, word reached Obinna, and he was not happy about it, as he decided to take legal action, as you can see right now. And I want us to just go real quick through the important details in this letter before we get to Jony Hairdresser, because he also responded. So a section of the letter says, we are meant to understand that on 14th of April 2023, while on an interview, you made statements concerning Mr. Statements that were not only fundamentally untruthful, but also meant to disrepute, embarrass, and lower the good reputation of our client to the public. In your express verbal statement, you, Mr. John, indicated that you are dating our client. You also indicated that our client bought you a house. Subsequently, you shared details of our client's workplace, mentioned his patented name, which is Obinna. For purposes of context, you stated as follows as a response to whether and who you are dating. Yeye ni celebrity, anafanya kazi kwa radio. My love, if you are seeing this, Obinna. Our client avows that this and other additional statements you made were meant to portray him as gay, while you knew or ought to have known that your assertions were fallacious, demeaning, and extremely offensive. Our client has enormous respect for and of other people's life choices, identities, and sexual preferences. However, he doesn't identify as gay, and he's not gay. In fact, our client doesn't know you, he has never met you, and you have no relationship whatsoever with our client, as you've made the public to believe. Your statements have caused him, his parents, and his family great inconceivable harm. You are also aware that your comments are not only defamatory in nature, but also amount to harassment and publication of false information in contravention of the law. Your untruthful statements have subjected our client to insults and ridicule in both private and public spaces in equal measure. Your statements have also led to massive financial losses to our client. According, our client's instructions are to demand, as we hereby do, that within 3 days hereof you issue a full and unequivocal public retraction of your verbal statements, that the allegations referred to therein are false and defamatory, and issue unconditional verbal apology to our client and call for a similar press conference. The retraction must be given the same prominence as the offending statements. Undertake not to repeat the allegations complained of, and cease forthwith from saying, publishing by whatever means any defamatory statements in connection hereto, and admit liability for the damage caused to our client by the defamatory statements, and whereupon we shall engage you on the issue of compensation for the damage our client's reputation and for any loss he has or may have suffered. In default, therefore, our client will have no option but to institute both criminal and civil proceedings against yourself, at all times you liable for the damages, the legal cost, and any other penal sanctions and consequences ensuing therefrom. And so with that, you get the details of that letter. And Obinna with that caption, to whom it may concern, Monday is the deadline. From now, I just want a public apology and retraction of the statements, and I'll forgive. In court, I'll need evidence, and if not available, I'll sue for all the damages caused. Hautaniharibia jina na kazi hapa nje bure. Naona mnanizoea sana sasa. And it did not take long since Obinna put that statement. I'll say probably in 15-20 minutes, Jony Hairdresser actually put out a public apology to Obinna and admitted that it was just clout chasing, nothing more. And this is what he had put out. This is just to clear the air that I am not dating Obinna. The video was just a banter, nothing serious or to cause any problems to anyone. I respect Oga and how he has handled the situation. Mad respect to him. We've never met nor interacted with him, but out of respect, it's fair to clear his name. I hope we meet sometime, and also Obinna, you can bring your loved one for a hair and makeup session from me in-house. He put the same in his his Insta stories, we are not in a relationship. This is just to clear the air. We are not dating with Mr. Oga Obinna. The video was just a banter. I respect Oga, and he has handled the situation with so much respect, and hopefully one day we meet and work together. He can bring his partners to my studio for a glam session in-house. Now, of course, from the letter we have seen some of the demands from Oga Obinna. He needs to come out and do a press conference as well, retracting those statements that he put out. Perhaps that is something that Jony Hairdresser has planned, but what has been made clear here that it was all clout chasing. It was all just a game of banter, nothing more. And many people wondered why Oga Obinna was silent in this matter, because it has passed a few days right now since that video is up and he's not said anything. And I remember in the video that I shared with you guys, one of the things that we talked about there was outing someone, whether they are members of the LGBTQ plus community or not, knowing how difficult it is being a member of the LGBTQ plus community and being judged, and even sometimes your life being risked by people out there. And so you can imagine the impact of this in case there were people who were not happy, thinking that Oga Obinna was a member of the LGBTQ plus community. You put someone in harm's way. His children are also old enough to understand what is being put out there. So perhaps they would even have questions to their father. Is what we are hearing true? And he's forced to explain himself over something that he has absolutely no idea of. And that is what Oga Obinna is also leaning towards, that he had to explain himself to his family, his parents, because some of them started questioning, what are these allegations that we get to hear across social media platforms? Are you really dating this person? Anyway, Jony has put out that he is not dating Oga Obinna, and that is what Oga Obinna wanted to be made clear by himself. And from the statement itself from the lawyer is that Oga Obinna is not a gay man. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. For this and more updates, hit your notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified once you have any new uploads. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.